Have you ever seen these adorable creatures before? They used to roam around the Roblox platform years ago. They are called guests. Guests were kinda like the average player we see and encounter as of today, but they had limited features. For example, guests couldn't chat, add friends, manage their profiles, buy Robux, change their avatars, and more. Those were the notable cons of being a guest, but they had other flaws when people used guest accounts, which eventually led to their extinction. Hello and welcome, my name is Insightspeep, and today in this Roblox video, I'll be briefly going over the full history of Roblox guests. Let's get right into it. The guest was a feature created for the intended use of letting newcomers test Roblox before making an official account. They were first introduced on September 26, 2008. During these times, it was easily identifiable who is a regular player and who is a guest, based on the guest's symbolic appearances. They looked like this during these times. Guests had access to this feature that was called Safe Chat. This system worked very differently from our modern day chat system. You basically select a word to say it towards a player, and then there's no manual typing involved whatsoever. I actually never knew this feature existed before researching. You can also select more than one word at once to create a sentence. Here's one I would make. Hello, silly, yes, boy, arts and crafts, judo, karate, you need help? Anyways. Despite this feature being a thing, it was still hard to communicate with guests, as there wasn't a whole selection of words to make various sentences. You gotta enable the user to say all positive words to make sense out of proper communication. But hey, that was Roblox back in the day. In regards to this feature, it was later removed around 2014. With the removal of Super Safe Chat, they became completely unable to speak, which meant guests would have to create an account to chat in any way. Throughout the years of a guest's lifespan, when a player hovered the mouse over a guest image when viewing game servers, the name used to appear as a friendly guest. This was changed to read a Roblox player before the guest feature was removed. Speaking of considering guest players, if a player joined a game while not logged into an account, they would be labeled as guest, ranging from 0 to 99. Before September 26, 2008, they would be labeled as player. Roblox stores a cookie on a user's computer that keeps their ID. Cookie editors were able to change a guest ID number by changing the user ID in guest data. Guests had to randomly assign a number from 0 to 9,999 whenever they entered a place. Other than users who joined before the removal of space in usernames, they are the only users who could have spaces in their username. When guests played games that saved data, like in-game money, they did not lose their data after exiting a game if they got the same ID number again. However, this was very unlikely. Back then, guests had a negative user ID, example, this provided link, likely to prevent overflow. Attempting to go to a negative ID leads to a 404. From June 2017 to October 2017, players using the guest feature were only given 20 trial plays before they had to create an account on Roblox to continue playing. Prior to that date, they had been given unlimited trial plays. This was to encourage them to try out the game and eventually create an account to play on Roblox. A notification would appear for anyone playing as a guest to remind them of the number of trials plays remaining. Despite this, users could still play as a guest after 20 trials using extensions. On February 28, 2009, guests would be given the same appearance as the Roblox account, including hats, allowing guests to technically try accessories, and have the Roblox account gears. After that, on March 18, 2011, gender options were added, allowing guests to appear as Billy Bloxer or Betty Bloxer. They had very similar appearances to their user Roblox, but had different hats depending on the gender chosen. Billy Bloxer wore the red Roblox cap, while Betty Bloxer wore the pink-tastic hair. Some guests will be wearing these accessories as part of the testing by late March 2011. By April 5, 2011, all guests would start supporting these accessories for the next 5 years. On July 12, 2016, the appearance of other guests were modified for the first time since 2011. The male guest, Billy Bloxer, wore a Roblox jacket, black jeans with gray sneakers, and a true blue hair. The female guest, Betty Bloxer, is similar to the male guest except it wore the lavender updo hair. The other guest type, default guest, looks similar to both to the other guest types, except it was bald. On September 13th of 2016, guests began to wear the Roblox 2.0 package, and the default guest started wearing the Roblox R baseball cap. 16 days later, the R15 body was applied to guests. If the game were to set R6 only, then R6 would have been applied. After Roblox introduced a new logo, the guest shirt changed to the new Roblox logo jacket on January 16, 2017, 6 days after the logo began usage. On July 1, 2017, and onwards, guests would sometimes appear with gray skin and a random torso color due to the default clothing update in Roblox. In regards to players playing as guests on mobile, users will be loaded as a genderless guest, or default guest. All guests that join a game on Roblox mobile, guests wore a Roblox jacket, jeans with gray sneakers, the 2.0 body, and a Roblox R baseball cap, due to not being able to choose if they wanted to be a male or female guest in the mobile versions. With everything we learned so far about guests, it's no surprise they would get some hatred. Guests were criticized mostly for being new and clueless players and for having fewer features than a normal player has. They were also criticized for being commonly used to exploit in games, plus being able to evade bans easily. This, in my opinion, really bothers me, how there were times where players literally abused the guest feature to simply test out their exploits that most likely did harm on the game and players. I didn't play Roblox extensively during 2017 and prior, but I do most certainly feel the pain of what the moderators had to go through. There had been various petitions on Roblox to remove guests, but a user named Shadletsky stated that guests were not going to be removed at the time. Contrary to the statement, another user named Night Galaded confirmed that guests would be removed. As Roblox peaked into the later 2010s, there were rumors of being spread about the infamous Guest 666. Evidence of this entity existing can be found as far back as 2016 on YouTube. Most of us at least know who this is, but I'll briefly explain. Guest 666 was rumored to be a guest that was able to use admin commands in-game while using the regular chat system, just like the normal player accounts. This is obviously impossible for a guest to simply do. In the end, all of this was just speculation by the Roblox community of those who fantasized of what a Roblox guest 666 could do on the platform, all because the 666 is in the name. It's no surprise this all happened, to be honest, but hey, I guess you could say this was powering imagination. If you want me to be ultimately realistic here, it's likely people back in the day used extensions to change their guest ID, but I haven't found any visible evidence of that. That's just my theory though. On October 2nd, 2017, players could no longer access the guest feature on PC, but you could sometimes join through a glitch that allowed one to play as a guest until November 2018, as it now shows an error code. It was possible to be a guest by either using glitches or using a trustworthy and unofficial extensions, which allowed one to play as a guest after the initial removal on October 2nd, 2017. Username Night Galaded stated that the reason was to increase the number of users on Roblox. Unregistered users can still access the website, but cannot play games, change an avatar, leave comments, or create things. Most players supported this decision. However, some players opposed the decision and were vocal in protecting the guest feature on places such as the forums. To me, this was quite understandable of why players choose to keep the nature of guests. Some find them to be adorable, innocent, silent creatures roaming around the platform, assisting players in various Roblox games. Users can still play as a guest on mobile until it was fully removed on November 24th, 2018. Those who are still logged into Roblox as a guest after the initial removal of guests will now get the error code 524, not authorized to join this game, message. At this point in Roblox's timeline, the guest community has ceased to exist. However, to this day, there are Roblox games, clothing, and Roblox groups dedicated to keep preserving the guest's legacy. Roblox as we know it allows this. Alright, here's some fun facts to share this video's subject. A few games had chats that allowed guests to type normally. They no longer function due to the removal of guests and various Roblox updates. Roblox has made a toy figure of a guest. Yes, it exists. Around 2009, some Roblox guests would wear a straw hat on their avatar. I'm not sure the reasoning for this, but it looks pretty funny. The cookie named Guest Data can still be found in Roblox's cookies, but has no functionality. And that is it for the video. It was nice to look back at the lore and history of guests to learn more about them. It would be nice if Roblox finds a way to bring back guests without also bringing back the cons of them, but I don't see that ever happening for quite a long time. It's possible for sure, but will require a ton of work to execute successfully. Anyways, special thanks to the Roblox wiki website and a YouTube channel named Law is Law for helping me with research for this video. Links to them will be in the description. If you would like to see more videos like these, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next video. Take care. Peace.